right, here with Slidell coach Larry Favre. And Coach, I know the season didn't end last year the way you wanted it to end, but overall you must be, not only pleased with what happened overall, but where you could, you got a lot of big time returning players coming back. You must be excited about this season.
Yeah, tough way to end last year. The best record in 11 years, first home playoff game in 11 years, and then winning 24-7 at the half and lose at the very end. So it really sent us into the off season with two very mixed feelings. Good about the year, but not the way it ended. But we do have a lot back, and just really proud of this group of seniors that we're going to have this year that have been in our program together for 4 years. They were the junior high champions when they were 8th graders, and we were able to keep them all, which was the first class. We were able to keep them all without losing to other schools, and so this is going to be their senior year, so we're really excited.
What did those kids as juniors learn in that Dutchtown loss that I'm sure walking off the field was a tough one that night? I talked to you afterwards, and what did those kids, I mean, it had to mature them.
It's matured us greatly. In fact, it's completely changed the culture of our program because we always preach the little things. We always preach that when you get in those playoff type games, it comes down to who the team that wants it more does the little things, and I don't know that the buy-in as a culture of our program was there, but that they've seen that, and so they've taken it that next step. And the way we've approached our off season, the way we've approached our summer, their focus is laser sharp, and they're just a great group of kids to be around. Our culture, our locker room is fun. Our practice field is real positive, and the players are holding each other accountable, which has taken us 5 years to get here. This senior class runs their football team, and that's always a positive sign, I think, for a coach or football coaches, is that when you get to that point, you've just got a great group of kids.
Talk about quarterback, and you got a really good one coming back in Jacob Guidry, and talk about his progression last year as a junior and where he was from the beginning of the season to the end of the season. I know in that last game, man, he really impressed me. And
Trayvon Stacker along with Kobe Pettis to give extra protection. Guidry's in trouble. He tries to throw it away.
He does.
And he throws is that caught? Touchdown! Yeah. I'm not sure how he got it away, and then I don't know how Nick Jackson caught the ball.
A great competitor. He when the lights go on, he's going to be at his best. I think where we've seen the great is in his passing. We've had a lot of success this summer in 7-on-7s, and the difference is his passing. So last year we were a little bit more one-dimensional. The ability to stay in the pocket and throw. When he can break contain, he can make plays with his feet or his arm. Right. And where I hope we're going to see, and what I think we've seen, although it's not live, it's 7-on-7. I think what we're going to see better this year is his ability to throw from the pocket. And with all the offensive guys we got coming around him, then that makes us not as predictable. We're going to be able to do some more things, and so there. So just really proud of Jake, and he's had a great summer, and we're excited to have him back and ride another season with him.
And talk about some of your returners on offense, and I know Tito Simmons is obviously a dynamic player. He can play running back, receiver, whatever you want him to do. But just talk about some of the returners that you got coming back.
Well, Tito Simmons has been our straw. He's going to be a 4-year starter for us. We had to throw him to the fire when he was just a little bitty freshman, and he swam, he didn't sink, and he's just been the guy ever since. And he and I are very close. We have a great relationship. He was my ball boy when I first got here, and he was in the 7th grade. So we've really been together the whole 6 years I've been here. And he's just really had a great off season. He really committed to the weight room, ran with our track team this year, and we can play him anywhere. Harlan Dixon is back, and he was a breakout player last year. Should be one of the top juniors in the New Orleans area this year. Just an old traditional eye back. There's also probably as good of a receiver we have, and we can line. So with Tito and Harlan, we can line them at Z and X on the outside, or they could be in the backfield or in the slot. So it gives us a lot of flexibility there, and they're both true running backs. So we're going to be able to run the football, and so we're excited about those two being back. With Guidry, and then we've got some really great young running backs. So we're back heavy.
A defensive back who may be the best in the metro area, certainly one of them. Just an exciting player in Ishmael Burdine, who he can play special teams and light him up on special teams as well. So it all starts with him, but just talk about your defense a little bit.
Well, first of all, Ishmael Burdine is, and he's the most heavily recruited player out of Slidell maybe since Reggie Cooper, who was a parade All-American and went to the University of Nebraska. And how fun it's been this spring having every major university in the country here at our practices.
Kickoff taken in by Burdine at the 5 to the 10.
He's got a seam. He's at the 30. He's at the 35, 40, 45, 50. He's got one man to beat it. It's the kicker. He's at the 30. Cuts back, and he is gone. Touchdown, Slidell.
And Ishmael and his family have done an outstanding job handling it. He's a role model for all our young kids. He's really just taken that role as the leader. He's mentoring our young players, young people in the community. He's embraced it, and he's handled it so positively. And we can play him at safety. We can lock him up on the other team's best receiver, so he gives us a lot of flexibility there. He won 100 yards on a kickoff return on 99 against Dutchtown. So with his 800-meter speed, he does give us some return threat there. So we got a lot of flexibility. And in our new 4-2-5 under our new defensive coordinator, Jeremy Lynch, we're going to really utilize our athleticism. And we're kind of too deep. We're not real big, but we can really run. We're physical, and we have a lot of team speed. So our Kobe Pettis is our returning inside linebacker. He was all district last year as a junior. A captain type of kid who's
just
basketball
player too.
Yeah, and he'll be here, and so he sews up the middle. He'll make the calls.
I don't know that there's been this much optimism for Slidell football, in my view, in quite a long time. Just how you feel about this particular senior class?
Because they're good kids.
Yeah.
They're such good kids, and we don't have a knucklehead. And look, I know all coaches want to say that, but they're just the best kids. They're just such great kids, and to see them mature. And we did have to throw a lot of them to the fire that freshman year. Remember that was the year we had all the injuries. We get injured against Destrehan, we get hurt against McDonough 35, and we're playing freshmen. And so they got thrown to the fire, and we lost some kids through that. And but I'm so proud that they've taken where they've done with the culture of the team. You're always looking for that group that says it's time for change.
Right.
It's time to do it a different way. It's time, and it's not so much what I always preach, because we've always preached the same thing. They said, this is what we want for ourselves. And that's cool. And that's what you look for in building a program, is when you get to that. And it's taken a little bit longer to get here, but I think this group says that they're ready for that.
You talk about Destrehan, and they come in again. You play them right off the bat. You're playing a perennial state championship contender. And this year, they're a real legit candidate for the Dome this year, and maybe you'll find out that you are too. But just talk about opening the season against them, and then really this district this year that you're in is just. I know people say it's wide open every year, but it really is wide open this year. There are a lot of teams that have a chance to win this district this year.
Well, there's a reason why you play Destrehan week 1, and that's the reason why I scheduled them when I did, is because they are going to show you where you are. They are going to show you what kind of team you have. They are going to show you what your strengths and weaknesses are, and you want that. You want that early in the season, so you know what you've got to work on. And I know Coach Robichaux very well, and we've played them, so we know what they have back. And then we lose Coach Scoble to Destrehan, who's just a great friend and a great. Even though he was a mentor to me as an assistant, and so there'll be some emotions there, and they are loaded. Offensively, there's no team, them maybe U High, but offensively, they're D1 at every offensive position, And Coach Scoble's going to have that defense fired up to come here when he comes back. So we know what we've got, but we relish that. And we've seen them this summer. You know, we all 7-on-7 with each other in same tournaments, and you know, there's nothing easy. Coach Tierney is a role model of mine. He's real excited about what he has. He's got one of the best, if not the best, quarterback in the state. They're going to be well coached. Got a great young group. St. Paul's is just I think they never walk on the field where they don't believe they're not supposed to win. In this district, every time a kid from St. Paul's walks on a field with a district opponent, they're 100% convinced they're supposed to win, and the only way you have to change that is to change that, and so that's a challenge, and we still have not done that here. Hutch Gonzalez I've known. I just, once again, just great friends with Hutch. He's going to do a great job at Mandeville High, and it's not going to, you know, the mentality, the mindset of winning under Coach LeCompte is still there, so it doesn't take much to just keep that thing going where it's been. You know, Coach Berg does a great job at North Shore. That's a rivalry game. You get to the end of the year, it doesn't matter what Slidell's done all year. It doesn't matter what North Shore. That's always going to be whoever just feels it or gets on a roll that night can win it. We haven't beat Covington since we've been here, so you know that's a mental thing, a mental block for us that we still got to overcome. And then Fontainebleau has the best running back in the district. We think ours are pretty good too, but a 20-30 carry a game kid.
You know, and now you've been here. This is your 6th year here. Does it seem like, you know, that 12 years in this 12 years between that and this? I mean,
and in 7 years at Fountain.
Right.
So this is a year. I came here in 2000 to St. Tammany from Algiers, and so this is year 18. And no, where does it all go? And that's why I came back. Because what you do realize, it does go by too fast. You only do this once, and it just you and I used to talk about that when I was wearing a suit and tie. It just wasn't time, and so that's why I'm enjoying it. I you know, they say burnout is when you forget why you got into this. That's what Well, I remember every day why I got into this, and I'm loving it, and I'm just at the right place at the right time again. And I just can't wait to get to work every day.
You and I are growing up together. Maybe we're tired again.
Well, I'll tell you this. I look forward to continue the journey with you.
We'll make it 10 or 15 years.
Yeah, let's don't do it anytime soon.
Thank you, Coach.
All right.